Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so this ain't going to be that long of a video, but I spoke a little earlier about Stephen A. Smith and Lonzo Ball's of course, Stephon Diggs' situation in regards to Stephen A. Smith coming out with some things that ultimately those guys came out directly and said was not the case. So, me now, later on, after making that video, I've seen Stephen A's response to Lonzo Ball, and that's an entirely different conversation to have that I would have loved to incorporate it into that video earlier. So this is a little couple seconds to do that. I think that Stephen A. Smith is looking at the situation, probably responding to people who are calling out his credibility, and he's pointing it at Lonzo Ball as if Lonzo Ball has done something to also attack that credibility. Stephen A. Smith told all of America that Lonzo Ball had trouble sitting down and getting up. So what Lonzo Ball showed us is that he did not have that problem. Stephen A. Smith got on TV and essentially said that Lonzo Ball's trying to tell all of us that he's ready to play and that he's healthy and that, he didn't have to do all of that because he's still not 100% healthy. And he's nowhere near playing basketball, so why is he trying to more or less show all of us that Stephen A's credibility isn't what it needs to be as it pertains to this particular fact? But it's like, Stephen A., you told all of us that the boy couldn't get up and sit down. He showed all of us that he can get up and sit down. I don't think you have much of a leg to stand on in regards to addressing the young fella when all he's doing is responding to what it is that you said that isn't true. You need to be mad at your sources. You need to be mad at whoever you feel is taking shots at you in regards to the situation if you feel the need. But getting mad at Lonzo Ball is really bad. That's a bad look. It's misdirect. It's misguided. It shouldn't be at all. He shouldn't even be addressing Lonzo, man. Because at the end of the day, Lonzo has a right to profess that what has been said about him isn't true. And if he can physically get up and sit down, I think that's something that Bulls fans and NBA fans want to see him do. Especially since people like Stephen A. Smith are telling us that the boy's career is basically over and that there's going to be trouble with him, probably even in his personal life, with being able to sit up and sit down, and stand up and sit down. There's people who care about Lonzo Ball outside of basketball who are hearing that news and then feel bad for Lonzo when Lonzo's able to get up and sit down. You see what I'm saying? So it's like Lonzo go to the mall, hear what Stephen A. said, and then people are offering Lonzo a chair. Like, Lonzo don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, there are other things that get affected other than the stuff that matters when people just release information about people that just isn't simply the case. And Stephen A. Smith is getting held to task for it in two different situations. And I think with both of those situations occurring at the exact same time, he's firing at everybody who's firing at him. And in this particular situation, he made a mistake. Because you do not point at that kid knowing what came out of your mouth in regards to what it is that he's showing us. You specifically said a certain thing. He's specifically showing us that thing. And I just think with all the stuff that's coming at Stephen A. Smith, he probably just he didn't get that part properly. He's responding to Lonzo when I don't think he probably should, for the court of public opinion. It's just wrong. That's not the correct person to be pointing at, if you ask me. I don't think he was disrespectful to Lonzo. I don't think Lonzo was disrespectful to him. But I just feel like you point any vitriol at Lonzo, you would not appreciate if you were said something about that has to do with your physical nature, and you're an athlete where your body is your moneymaker, and then you get up there and defend yourself in a respectful way. And mind you, this is a young man. You know what I mean? He's not 39 years old like me. The young fella Lonzo's like 22, raised in a household where the father spoke for them. So it's like it took a lot to even address Stephen A. Smith, I'd imagine. And so that's why I just say, I don't think I don't want to sit up here and say Stephen A's bullying Lonzo. I don't necessarily feel that particularly strong about it, but it is pointed in that direction to say, other people are attacking you, Stephen, not Lonzo Ball. You attacked him indirectly by putting that crap out there when it not being the case. And now he has to get up out of his day to address the public about stuff that came out of your mouth. So it's like, nah, man, I personally, I wouldn't have appreciated that if I were Lonzo's big brother or his father. I would have had something to say about that. And do right now. That's not it, Stephen. That ain't it, bro. If you're mad at people for sending you misdirection or sending you bad information, then tell us that. That's what I want to hear from Stephen A. First of all, Lonzo, I'm happy you're healthy. And I'm glad you're able to do what it is I was told you couldn't. That's the only thing I really want to hear from Stephen. That's all. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, you need to not show us you can do what it is I said you can't do, because if you do that, you're hurting my credibility. Your credibility is not to be respected if that's what's coming out of your mouth and it not being the case. Fix that, man. Not addressing the kid, scolding him when you know it's not him that's wrong, it's you. And Lonzo never ever said that he was 100% healthy, fam. He never said that. What he said was, I can get up and sit down for what you said he couldn't do. And then told us that he's coming back. And he also said he likes you, and he said he wants to know who your sources are, just like the rest of us. You need to tell us who these people are, because they are not giving us the information that allows you to be seen as credible. So who the hell are these people? You shouldn't be protecting them no more, because they obviously ain't got your back if they keep giving you bull crap. So that's who needs to be addressed by Stephen A. And that's what I would expect from Stephen A. I don't expect for him to get that wrong, man. Not that wrong. So it just seemed like he didn't take the temperature, man. I guess he thought it was all good to kind of fire back at Lonzo Ball for defending himself and think we all going to respond positively to that. No. I see the bloggers who are bashing Stephen A. I've watched Podic Flacco. I watch everybody. So I know Stephen A's got a lot coming at him about his credibility. But brother, it is that. I don't think he's lying. I think people are feeding him some bullcrap. But he needs to get to the bottom of that. Not blasting out at the subject for showing us that what came out of your mouth about him was bullcrap. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching. Out.